the summer of 2018, a retired couple opened one of the area's most intimate wineries just north of Travelers Rest. In tonight's Carolina Blends and Brews and Booze, 7 News pays a visit.
Our friends said, your wine is so good, because we used to enter it in the Florida State Fair and get prizes. They said, when you retire, you should open a winery.
We found this little piece of property years ago. It was all woods right down to the road and didn't really know what it was like. In fact, we had to walk in here and it was so deep, we got lost.
Tucked away in the trees north of Travelers Rest, South Carolina, you'll find Wellborn Winery, a family-run operation that's kind of a place to get away from it all. They cleared some land and planted the vines and had to come up with a name.
Our family name is Beninati, which is Italian, Sicilian, and it translates into English as Wellborn. And we thought the alliteration of Wellborn Winery sounded a lot better than a Beninati Winery.
Or Debbie Beninati.
It's usually not advisable to have woods around a winery because of the wildlife and trees falling over your vines and such. Okay. But we've tried to keep it natural as much as possible.
All wine is made on site. They have 500 grapevines on the property, but also bring in grapes and fruit for the fruit wines from other local growers.
We're really very simple. It's a hand crank. We have the grapes coming in here. We unload them in here. You rotate this, they get crushed in here.
It's a small operation, limited to a dozen or fewer cases of a particular wine each year. But they've got something for any palate.
This is our woodsy white. It's got some Traminette, and it's got some Sauvignon Blanc. It got a gold medal at the Palmetto Wine Competition. Nice and light, middle of the road for sweetness and dryness.
A wine named after their dog, Lily White, won Best Estate-Grown Wine in this year's Palmetto Wine Competition. It sold out. Rustic Red and Deep Purple are also big. And when you're done with those bottles?
One of the main things we do is we recycle, because they don't have glass recycling in South Carolina. We'll take all of our bottles back with labels, but we'll take other people's bottles back too if they'll soak the label off, as long as it's not a screw top, so we can reuse them again.
While they take bottles, they also give. They've been involved with fundraising for Make-A-Wish and routinely offer up their wine bottles for different charity auctions. It's the people on both sides of the counter that make Wellborn special.
I think just meeting so many different people.
Right.
You're being out here in the woods, you're not on a main street, you just can't always say, oh, hi, neighbor. So we have people coming in.
Enjoy responsibly.
Just one time, Dan could bring us some samples. Dan Bickford reporting in Travelers Rest. For more information on Wellborn Winery, go to Carolina Blends and Brews under the News tab, WSPA.com.